Hey everyone, second video in a row this morning. Yeah, it's hard to believe, but like I said, I still got a lot of I got about 20 minutes, so hopefully I can do this in plenty of time. But you know, with the news breaking that Drew Galloway is done with TNA, with the new, it's not going to be surprising if some people say he's either ROH bound, New Japan bound, maybe Bullet Club bound, or if he's WWE bound. So we'll just have to wait and see. Or if he's going to stay in his native country and compete there. But one news item that broke that people have been talking about for the past couple of months is the Hardys, the Broken Hardys, Broken Matt, Matt Hardy, Brother Nero, Jeff Hardy. And a lot of people have been wondering, what is their future? Rumors have been speculating on whether or not they would remain with Impact Wrestling. Rumors have been speculating whether or not they'd go elsewhere. Because right now, the current storyline that they got going on, and apparently Impact Wrestling has made this deal, Anthem Sports has made this deal to allow this footage to be shown, is they're going on this expedition of gold, and that the reason they are going on this expedition is so that the seven deities can dub them the greatest tag team in all space and time. And that's great, but that is great and everything, but some people are basically looking at how Impact Wrestling is doing right now, and it's like, do you really seriously want to lose probably one of the hottest acts you have? But what they're doing with the Hardys right now, some people may find ingenious and enjoyable, and some may find pathetic and laughable. But there's no denying that what's going on with Matt and Jeff, it's like they're having this renaissance probably in the last years of their careers. And now, all of a sudden, it's like everybody wants a part of them. Everybody wants them in the promotion. Heck, you got ROH booking on WrestleMania weekend the Hardys against the Young Bucks. The Hardys against the Young Bucks, possibly for the ROH Tag Team Championship, if not possibly for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles, if they have them back by then. But mostly for the ROH Tag Team titles. And it's like, are you seriously going to make this deal to where ROH is going to allow their Tag Team titles to be shown up on WWE television? Who knows? I mean, if WWE, through Triple H, wants to expand and their partnerships and their alliances to other promotions and territories to see who else they can bring into NXT and be the future of the company, then I say go for it. But here's the problem that I have, though. Some are looking at Matt and Jeff going back to WWE as a positive for the tag team division, if not individually for their careers. But will WWE allow them to be as they are? You see, that is the question. Will WWE allow the Hardys to be as they are now, which is probably, in the eyes of a lot of people, the hottest act going? Or will the WWE say, no, you guys are just going to be the Hardys again. No Broken Matt, no Brother Nero, just Matt and Jeff, and that's it. Some may say that it would be stupid for WWE to do that, because why would you want to downplay or not even acknowledge what they're doing now and just bring them back as they are? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It doesn't really make any sense. I mean, you have Matt Hardy on social media and anywhere you would speak, anywhere you would go, saying that he's going to delete McMahon's tag teams and stars. And it's like, are you seriously going to play out the storyline that far? I mean, yes, it is a Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Broken Hardys or Hardy's storyline that they've come up with, and I guess any promotion, Impact Wrestling, ROH, have all approved of letting them continue on storyline-wise. But will WWE let them do that? See, you got to question. Going back to WWE, is that the smart move as they are now? I mean, WWE may say, oh, yeah, WWE may like, yeah, we want the Hardys again because of what's going on. They see the resurrection. Hold on, for example. I got 13 minutes. I got 13 minutes to go. But they see the resurrection, the renaissance of their careers. This renaissance of their careers, this resurrection of their careers. But yet, do they seriously want the Hardys back, the broken Hardys back, as they are now? Or are they just saying that so that when they do sign the contracts, that in front of the world, they basically say, nope. I mean, let's take a look at what's going on. Let's say Matt and Jeff re-sign with WWE. Let's say they make their return at WrestleMania, as they are. The lights go out, and you have some kind of special effect or something like that, and then boom, there's the Hardys as they are. And you think, oh, this is going to be great. The storyline that started Impact Wrestling is going to conclude in WWE. You know, that's great and everything, right? But let's say they do that. Let's say they go through with this whole, okay, they're going to debut or return at WrestleMania. Probably after a multi-tag team match. They're going to return. Or maybe they'll be entered as a mysterious tag team. Let's say that happens. Who's to say the WWE ain't gonna acknowledge it? I mean, who's to say the WWE is not going to go to the tag teams and say, yeah, they're coming back, they're going to be part of this match, or they're going to make appearance after the match, beat the crap out of them, and show them that they're not going to pull that crap here anymore? Who's to say WWE won't do that? Who's to say Vince McMahon won't go like, yeah, when the Hardys appear, beat the heck out of them and basically send a message that broken stuff ain't going to work here. They're just going to be the Hardy Boys. Who's to say WWE won't pull a stunt like that? You see, you gotta think. You gotta think for a moment. Will it be a smart move on Matt and Jeff's part to go back to WWE and be part of that company, probably for one last run? Or should they decide to just continue running on the independent scene? Maybe you should have the Hardys go to Japan and try to capture the IWGP Tag Team titles. Because that, in the eyes of a lot of people, is the second most prestigious world tag team titles out there. I mean, to me, it would make sense for them to do. But, you know, when I think about them probably going back to WWE, the only person I can think of that would allow them to be as they are still, allow them to be Broken Matt, allow them to be Brother Nero, is Triple H. Because you got to think of it this way. A lot of people were worried that Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, when they debuted, would be going under different names. Some people were worried that AJ Styles might just become Alan Jones, which is his real name. Some people thought Samoa Joe would be going by a different name and have a different gimmick. Thankfully, that didn't happen. You know, some people thought that Shinsuke Nakamura might get treated badly. That's why, but he hasn't, and I think that's why he's in NXT still, because I think Triple H wants to make sure that if Shinsuke goes to the main roster, he's not going to have a gimmick change or a name change or anything like that. Same with Bobby Roode and Eric Young. You know, so It's like, you know, is it? It's like, is it going to be is it going to be the smart move for them to make? Because I look at the fact that I wouldn't mind seeing them back. I wouldn't mind seeing the Hardys as they are now, going up against the New Day, going up against American Alpha, going up against the Club, Anderson Gallows, you know, Cesaro and Sheamus, you know, the Vaudevillains, the Ascension, you know, the Usos, you know, Enzo and Cass. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing this. But what I worry about, and heck, eventually maybe have a match with Triple H and a partner of his choosing, maybe Vince or whatever, maybe not Vince, but Triple H and a partner of his choosing, to fulfill their destiny and storyline to kind of obtain all the gold and basically prove that they are the best. I wouldn't mind seeing all that. But what worries me, I've got about 8 minutes, but what worries me is them going back to WWE, and let's say they show up on Raw and Stephanie's still commissioner. What worries me is on camera, Stephanie just basically, as they try to act out the way they are, Stephanie basically just puts her hands up and say, Matt, Jeff, knock it off. You're not going to pull that crap here. That's what I'm afraid is going to happen. Is you're going to have someone like Stephanie McMahon on television basically put her hand up or tell them, guys, knock it off. You ain't pulling that crap here. That's what I'm afraid of. And I'm sure a lot of people are afraid of that. Because that would basically mean that the Hardys were, the only reason WWE wanted the Hardys back was because they were hot as they are, and now they want to tame them and keep them and bring them back to what they were before. And it's like, that's not going to work because fans are going to boo it. And do you seriously want the fans to boo the Hardys back in WWE if you're just going to say, yeah, you're going back to being just the Hardys? No. They're going to want to see what they see now. They're going to want a continuation of that storyline that's going on right now, that started in Impact Wrestling, that's progressing through all the independent territories, and probably going to, as well as ROH WrestleMania weekend, and probably conclude at WrestleMania, if not in the WWE, before this year's out. They're going to want that. They're not going to want to sit back and see the Hardys get humiliated by someone like Stephanie McMahon, where she basically shuts them down with one motion and says, no, you're not going to pull that here. What would be the point of them even coming back? What would be the point of them even coming back? You see, that is what I worry about. That is what I worry about. That's what anybody watching this video worries about. And anybody that reads the news, that the Hardys are going to probably be heading back that way. So the question is, should the Hardy Boys go back to WWE? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. But honestly, unless they're allowed to stay as they are now, to keep the storyline that they created going through a continuity base, then yes. But if it's only to basically shut them down and basically humiliate them and basically make them as they once were, then no. But we'll just have to wait and see. So let me know what you guys think. Should the Hardys go back to the broken Hardys? The Hardys go back to WWE? Or should they remain free as they are? Let me know down below. I gotta head into work now.